Hello and welcome viewers to my channel. Today I'm going to talk to you 20 historical sports events that changed the world. Sports have its own way to approach the humankind and it's very much conventional. Witnessing history that draws us to the sports and always demands more to show up. All we can see in the media may be scripted and can be predetermined in most of the cases, but in sports everything is unpredictable. A true fan knows that how it magnates to be with their true passions. Sports used to heal people with historical events happening all around. In that note, here we have discussed 20 incidents that have an alluring memory in the history of the sports. Number 1. 100 points in a single game. The playoff between Philadelphia Warriors and the New York Knicks. The playoff between Philadelphia Warriors and the New York Knicks on March 2, 1962 claims a history. Will Chamberlain scored 100 points, a gold medal of his team, and he was known as a hero from then in not only his fans but also everyone's eyes. It was a great historical event to watch again and again. Number 2. Controversial goal by Diego Maradona. In 1986, Argentina's World Cup quarter-final against England in Mexico became one of the most famous games in football history thanks to one man. Diego Maradona reached the peak of his popularity after an infamous handball that he made during this match. But while Maradona's second goal of the game encapsulated his brilliance obviously. Number 3. 8 medals in one Olympic event. Number 3. 8 medals in one Olympic event. During the 2008 Summer Olympics, greatest swimmer and athlete Michael Phelps owned a total of 8 gold medals. It is a record of the highest number of medals winning in a single event. Before this record, there was a record of having 7 medals by Mark Pilch. Number 4. Germany's victory in 1954 World Cup. After the Second World War, some historians ascribe this match as a lasting impact on both German and Hungarian post-World War II history because of the match aspect. The game was played in 4th July 1954 in Switzerland. The game was also known as the Miracle of Bern. Number 5. Infamous headbutt of Zidane. In 2006 at Germany World Cup final, Germany and Italy were locked into 1-1 in the extra time. Zinedine Zidane, who was playing his last match as a player, wandered past Azeri defender Marco Materazzi for some personal reasons, and that has become the most viral news on the 2006 World Cup. Italy has won the final with 5-3 on penalties. Number 6. Jackie Robinson's way to Brooklyn Dodgers. Jack Roosevelt Robinson was a professional baseball player who was the first African-American player who played in Major League Baseball in modern time. He had broken the color line when Brooklyn Dodgers started him at 1947. They opened the end of racial segregation in professional baseball that had relegated black players to Negro leagues in 1880s. Do you know what? This incredible baseball player had a 10 years career in Major League Baseball. Number 7. Jesse Vence's debunking of Iron Myth. The world in 1936 was nearly as fractured as it would become less than a decade later, and in Germany, Hitler was given a propaganda item in the lead-up in election and racism was one of it. On his second and third jumps to the finals, Vance became the first and second person to break the 26-foot barrier who literally broke the Aryan myth. Number 8. King beats Riggs in support of women. In May 1973, Riggs, a 55-year-old former tennis champion, believed he could make more money by challenging a female tennis player at the top of her game to a match, and he did it. This victory certainly led Riggs to continue about his perfect victory and even taunted female tennis players. Number 9. Last second kickoff. University of California Golden Bears and the Stanford University Cardinal had a face-to-face on November 20, 1982 based on a college football game. This made victory after a last-second kickoff return. This game was epic and that crowd rarely seen in these types of games even nowadays. Number 10. Michael Jordan's final basket. Who is the best basketball player? If you know this game, most probably you will come up with this name, Michael Jordan. In NBA Finals 1998, his team Chicago Bulls was in a lead of 3-2, but on a cross, they were trailed 86-85 with remaining 10 seconds, and guess what? He scored 2 points in the last second and gives his team a historical winning. Number 11. Mike Tyson beat off Holyfield's ear. Let's talk about a controversial topic now. In 1997, the stage was again prepared for Mike Tyson and Evander Holyfield within 8 months before they met again. At the end of the 3rd round, Tyson beat off the ear of his opponent and everyone was seeing the blood which came out from Evander's ear. Number 12. Miracle on Ice. On the men's ice hockey tournament at the 1980 Winter Olympics in Lake Placid, New York, United States was playing against 4 times gold medalist Soviet Union. On that time, the US team was made up of amateur and collegiate players, and they had their win over the Soviet Union, and this event is now commonly named as Miracle on Ice. Number 13. Single foot vault. In 1996, Olympic American athlete Kerri Strug was representing America. She was a member of the Magnificent Seven. She had failed on her first attempt after she under-rotated her landing and failed. In her second attempt, she landed on her good foot and confidently raised her arms in front of the judges, and the history created. Number 14. Speech of the dying athlete. Lou Gehrig, the man who was known to the name the Iron Horse, was a great player who played for New York Yankees from 1925 to 1939. He had an issue with amyotrophic lateral sclerosis. After diagnosis, it was clear that he was left with a very short time before he expired. He stood in front of 60,000 fans and received a warm kindness for his contribution in the team for playing more than 2,000 games. Number 15. Super Shot by Bobby Thomson. In 1951 National League, Bobby Thomson's name came in the stage in the world of baseball after his game-winning home run. The game between Giants versus the Dodgers considered as one of the most famous games. Number 16. The Bob Beamon Long Jump. During the Summer Olympics on November 18 in 1968, Bob Beamon has set a world record after his long jump measuring 29.2 inches. The existing record was broken by almost 2 feet by this outstanding jump. Before the record was broken in 1991, it was a world record for 23 years. Number 17. The end of Roger Maris' single-season home run record. Roger Eugen Maris was a professional baseball player from America. He sets the MLB record at 1961 home run with 61, which broke the record of Babe Ruth's single-season home run with 60 in 1927. Busch Stadium celebrated her victory with 1,000 fans on that period. He was awarded AL Gold Glove. Number 18. The retirement of the undefeated heavyweight champion. Have you ever heard about an undefeated player? Rocky Marciano is the only player who remains undefeated during his whole career. He has played 43 knockout matches and wins the victory among all of them. His unbelievable habit to win takes a web series and a movie based upon him. Number 19. Winning touchdown from Joe Montana. In an American football game of National Football Challenge Championship between the Dallas Cowboys and the San Francisco 49ers, Joe Montana got fame because of his touchdown to DeWitt Clark that gave a fabulous victory to his team. This catch is known as a great movement ever in NFC Championship till today. And number 20. 130 bases stolen in one season. Do you know the man of steel? Rickey Henderson, the professional baseball left fielder who played in Major League Baseball for 9 teams from 1979 to 2003, named with this. He received a vote to the Hall of Fame after he was able to steal 132 bases in total at 1982 season. He had stolen more bases than some teams had all in the entire season. So that's all about today, everyone. Thanks for keeping your patience and staying with me. Take care of yourself. Till then, stay tuned. Goodbye.